Welcome back. Apex Sapien, the greatest podcast or YouTuber that ever exists. Listen, become a predator, man. Too many of y'all acting like prey animals. And one of the things I started to identify as I started to get in my entrepreneurship is that the average man doesn't have any like instincts. His instincts are fucking gone. You know why most of your instincts are gone? It's because you live too much of a comfortable life and you have given up a bunch of your freedom for security. And let me explain something. Security and freedom, you don't get both. You can't be secure and have freedom at the same time. So if you want to be truly free, you have to accept that there is no peace. There will, pretty much for the most part, there will always be chaos in your life. There will be brief moments of peace, but you have to deal with the chaos in order to create the peace. And due to freedom, when more things are coming at you, you got to deal with a bunch of things. You're going to kind of exist in the chaos and you get to learn how to be a rock. So I want you to learn how to become an instinctual animal. Learn how to get your predator instincts back, because without being a predator, you're going to be stuck, bro. So let's go ahead and define, like, what is a predator? A predator is an organism that has to go use its logical thinking brain in order to obtain resources. So those resources may be plants, farming, going to hunt, learn how to make deals in business, hunting for leads. There's so many different ways that you're a predator. And predator gets a bad connotation for some reason because like people think of like sexual predators, or they think of like killers and things like that. No, that's not what a predator is. A predator is simply somebody who needs to obtain resources by using their logical brain. And by using logical brain, you have to apply a thing called strategy. So you're never going to be successful in business if you don't utilize strategy. And business is just a manufacture of the idea of like predatorship. Because really, if you're in business, the whole goal is to spend as little bit of resources to gain as much resources back as possible. That's the whole principle of business. And a lot of people are not cut out for business because it takes a lot of, you have freedom. So what you trade in for your comfortable like 9 to 5, where you know you're going to get a paycheck, you're going to have your bills paid, you're going to blah, 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 have this, security, healthcare, blah, blah, blah. What you trade is the ability to have the time to be able to use your predator instincts and go out in the world and figure it out for yourself. And that's what's so dangerous about the modern life, is that so many people have eliminated the ability to be free. They have chose security. And it's not a problem. You could choose security, but don't complain and expect to get freedom if you want to be secure. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. It goes against the laws and principles of freedom. Or it goes against the laws and principles of reality in the universe. So there's 3 ways to make yourself a better hunter, because what you got to learn to do as hunting is merely the ability to utilize your strategical mind and logical mind in order to attain resources. So all predators are strategical in the way that they hunt. So a lion does not hunt the same way as a falcon. A falcon doesn't hunt the same way as a poacher who shoots deer or whatever. Every single organism that chooses to be a predator, that chooses to go hunting, has to utilize their advantages to be able to obtain what they want to get in this life. It's just the way the game works, so people. So here's 3 ways that you can become a better predator today. Rule number 1 is you got to end all the compromising positions that you currently exist in life. See, too often, if you're compromised, that reduces your freedom. So say, for example, if you have a job that your bosses can monitor your social media, things like that, you don't have true freedom of speech. I mean, you could have freedom of speech, but you got to deal with the repercussions of what you say. So if you say certain things that offend certain people, well, guess what? They might report that to your boss. Then you'll get fired, and then you're out in your ass. So I say just take the preemptive strike and just quit to begin with. Figure it out. The less compromise that you have, the better you're going to be in life, because when you're not compromised, you have the ability and choices to be who you are and be your authentic self. And when you're authentic self, you naturally draw people in, because people want to see authentic people. People want to be around somebody who's themselves, who's not compromised. They find inspiration, motivation from you. And you'd be surprised. That's one of the greatest things about YouTube and the internet, is that you can be able to see real human beings be themselves and take that risk and watch it in real time as it plays out in their life. Average human being doesn't get that ability. And because they don't do that, they have to find inspiration in you. So if you really want to go into this entrepreneur, if you want to learn how to be a true hunter, get out there and stop fucking taking bullshit deals, man. The more you're compromised, the worse you're going to be off. Number 2, if you want to be a great hunter and become a better predator, you got to get physically fit. If you're not physically fit, you're going to suffer. Yeah, you're going to suffer greatly if you're not physically fit. Not being physically fit is like a death blow, or like a death sentence out in the savannah. So if you're an obese lion, you can't hunt. If you were obese to anything, an eagle, if you're not physically fit, like an eagle with a broken wing, guess what? He's dead meat. dead meat in the jungle. So you got to put yourself in the best position to be able to roam and have a high amount of endurance. This is why I recommend running. Get used to running. Running will teach you a lot of secrets about life and how to get yourself in a position, because running is so repetitive and it gets you in the best condition, because human beings are made for long distance endurance. That's what we were built for. We were built for the ability to travel long distances without massive rest. That's why you have sweat glands. That's why your skin evaporates really quickly. You don't have fur. You can go out in the world and just move for a long period of time. Most organisms can't do that. Most organisms have to take a long break. They got to be pretty much sedative to some degree if they're not hunting. If you watch a lion, they're basically sitting down fucking bullshit all day. That's not a human's world. A human's world is a world of endurance, a world of fitness. It's a physical world. So you want to be able to be the best entrepreneur, the best hunter, the best predator out there, get yourself in fucking phenomenal shape. The faster you get yourself in phenomenal shape, the better. If you want to learn how to get in phenomenal shape, check out apexsapien.com. Check out my link, Cybermace Fitness. I have a whole course of how to get yourself in pristine condition. And number 3, you got to educate yourself and study patterns. All great hunters study. They study their prey. Now, your prey might be, like say, for example, I'm a handyman. I got to figure out who needs handyman services. So I got to look and research and really check the patterns. Who's my common clients or prospects? Same thing if you're in sales. Who is your number one prospect? What do they look like? What do they sound like? What's their pain? What's their difficulties they're having? What is the previous things they probably tried? In business, you have to study the patterns. If you're not studying patterns, you're going to be fucking fucked in business. You can't just hope. Hoping is a terrible strategy. Hoping is not even really a strategy. Try hope in war. Guess what that's going to do? Get your ass fucking killed, nigga. So if you want to be a great predator, learn how to study. You got to educate yourself. Reading, writing, constantly building the mind to be something that's larger. It has a broader scope of how things work. The more you can understand how things work and how the larger dynamics play within your particular niche, the better you're going to be at being able to streamline and getting resources in a timely fashion that be able to keep you fed and keep your bills paid. So once again, if you want to become a top predator, there's 3 things you got to fucking do. Find freedom in all compromising positions and situations you got yourself into. Get physically fit and educate yourself and learn how to study patterns. If you could do those 3 things, I promise you, you will be an excellent predator, an excellent hunter. You'll get your instincts back. And when you get your instincts, that's when life gets fun. Reach out if you want to learn more about how to become a better predator, how to better your manhood and find better alternatives in life than what you're currently dealing with. Reach out, apexsapien.com, or shoot me a link in the comments. I love to respond. I love talking to people because feedback gets you what you want back in life.